Hi, this is Dr. Lim. I'll be teaching you all the audio and video digitalization. So, in this subject, we have a total of 12 chapters, and today we are going to start with Introduction to Audio and Video Production. In the Chapter 1, Audio and Video Production Introduction, there are 8 sections that we'll be covering. First is the overview of audio and video production. Second is the reason of editing. Third is the types of audio and video editing. Fourth is the audio and video containers format. We will also look into the area of applications. How do you pick a software? What are the lab requirements and the prerequisite for sitting in this class? This is the overview of audio and video production. So in the video container file, there are 3 tracks, namely they are the video tracks, the audio tracks, and metadata. The audio and video tracks are combined at runtime to play the video, while the metadata contains the information about the video, for instance, the cover art, title, subtitle, captioning information, and so on. Let me go through the short history of audio and video technology with you. It started in 1860. The earliest known recording was created by de Martinville, the inventor of bond autograph, followed by in the 1876, Bell has patented the telephone, which is the first electrical device for audible transmission. In 1877, Edison invented the phonograph, which uses an engraved wax cylinder that rotates against a stylus. And in 1878, Siemens granted patent for a non-magnetic parchment diaphragm as the sound radiator of a moving coil transducer. In 1917, Einstein posited the light could be amplified and simulated to form a powerful beam. In 1924, Zenith develops the first portable radio. In 1926, O'Neill patents iron oxide coated paper tape. In 1931, there is a lab called the Bell Labs developed the two-way loudspeaker, the high frequency and low frequency, called the divided range. In 1933, we have FM radio introduced. In 1960, Sony Corporation sells the first direct view portable television. In 1981, Philips demonstrated the compact disc CD. Remember last time we have this Walkman? Okay, it was first introduced in 1981. Then IBM also introduces the IBM personal computer model of 51510. That is the first computer we have, also back in 1981 at the same year. In 1982, Sony releases the first CD player, improvement from the Walkman, which uses the tape. Now we have a CD player, the model of CDP-101. Dolby Laboratory introduces surround sound for home use at the same year. In 1991, the first MP1 standard was published, and also Apple created the QuickTime multimedia format. This is followed by the DVD forum, where DVD was first introduced in 1995 with the MP2 audio compression format, and in 1996, US patented the issue for MP3, and DVD video players started selling in Japan. In 1998, 2 university students, namely Frankel and Boldyrev, have ported the AMP to Windows and created the WinAMP format. WinAMP then became a free MP3 music player, boosting the success of MP3 creation. In 2001, Apple introduced its stylish iPod MP3 player series, which you can hold nearly up to 5,000 songs in a small player, and along with the iPod, Apple iTunes was introduced. It is a an online music store, and it offered individual songs to be downloaded for only 99 cents USD each, or the entire album at $9.99. In 2002, Microsoft releases Windows XP Media Center Edition, a version of Windows XP designed to serve as a home entertainment hub. At the same year, Samsung Electronics developed the first 46 and 54-inch LCD panels for TV, and in 2005, the first PC with dual processor became available. Samsung Electronics developed the world's largest 82 full HD TV LCD panel, and in 2006, Toshiba released their first high-definition DVD player in Japan. In 2007, Microsoft released Windows Vista, their graphical operating system used on personal computers worldwide to general public, and in 2008, Blu-ray high-definition DVD format war was already over because Blu-ray was declared as the winner. So this is the brief history about how the audio and video technology came about. Next, what is video editing? Video editing is a process of manipulating and rearranging video shots to create a new work. Considered to be one part of the post-production process where it is new arrangement is being done. You can add or remove sections of the video clips. You can do a little tilting, a little more fancy stuff like there is a screen wipe and how it fade in and fade off. You can apply color corrections, filters, and other enhancements. You can put shadowing, you can put black and white. You can also create transitions between one clip to another, and then you can mix a sound and do a little dubbing. So, what are actually the reasons of doing all this kind of editing? Editing is actually the most important step in video production process. It is usually the enhancement on visual effect where the precision timing, color correction, masking, and keyframing are concerned in this step. It will be able to transform raw video footage into something special as your masterpiece or final output, and it can tell a story in a more highly honed, polished, and entertaining way, depending on you are doing something hilarious or you are doing something very dramatic or maybe something very scary. So when you do editing, you actually add effects to all your original production or your raw copy, and then you want to deliver a kind of new emotion to your audience. So there are a few goals in editing. First, we want to remove any unwanted or fault footage. Second, we want to choose only the best footage so that it is not too lengthy, and in short, it is nice and simple. So we actually trim those footage that we want only. Then we want to create a proper flow, like a sequence to the story, so that we can provide the audience with more sequential or procedural information. We want to tell a story in a more fantastic way. We want to add some oomph to the video. So editing is then considered very crucial to ensure that the video flows is able to tell a good story to the audience, and the audience is able to understand what you're trying to deliver. Other goals of editing consist of adding effects, graphics, and music. We want this extra element to be able to make your video more interesting and more of having the wow effects. We want to alter the style, the pace, or the mood of the video. So techniques such as mood music or visual effects can influence how the audience will react. For instance, when you have something about romance, you want to put something more of the French music, Spanish music, you know. If you want something that is funny, you want some R&B and pop songs and hip hop, you know. And the last reason and the last goal to editing is to give a video a particular angle. The video can be tailored to support more particular viewpoint, impart a message, or serve as an agenda, especially for those of you who are interested in doing a video that has moral value. That will work. So, types of audio video editing software. There are 5 best audio editing applications, namely they are Audacity, Adobe Audition, Avid Pro Tools, Ripple and Ableton Live, but some of them are compatible for Windows and Macs, and some are for both, and some are also for Linux. These are some professional video editing applications. For instance, in this class, we are going to cover Adobe Premiere Pro CS6 that is compatible for both Windows and Mac. If you're using Mac, you might prefer Apple Final Cut Pro. Other choices like Avid Media Compressor, Sony Vegas Pro, Magic Video Pro, Edius Pro, Lightwork, and HitFilm, you can use it to complete your assignment too. There are few types of audio and video format that you might want to save your file into. If you're using the audio format, you want to save it in .aiff, .mp3 or .wavs. It is more compatible to most of the devices. There are also some popular video container format like .avi, .flv and .mp4 that you could save your video file into. So, how do you pick your software? You base on a few criteria, for instance, the design, the editing tools, the media management, and export and production. So in terms of design, you want a software that is easy to work with, is user-friendly, you've got a lot of graphic user interface button, and it's not just black and white and you need a lot of coding and so on. You just want something which is more visual and can be drag and drop. Then if the editing tools has a lot of what do you call the modules and functions, for instance, you can enhance your timeline, you can adjust the precision, you can do a lot of trimming, you can do sequence in a nesting form, you can do select a lot of predetermined effects and transitions. It's easy for you to apply color correction. There are a lot of keyframing where you can use shortcut to do so. There are also a lot of templates where you can choose. That is one good editing tools to you. Other than that, in terms of media management, you want something that is comprehensive camera compatibility. It's easy for you to import something into the software, and it's also easy for you to export after you have completed your video. So in terms of exporting, you want them to be able to support certain codecs that is compatible with DVD, Blu-ray, authoring, web and mobile devices whenever it is necessary. So for this course, we are supposed to cover 2 software. One is Adobe Premiere Pro. If you were to check in each of your computer, it is already installed by the admin. So with the Adobe Premiere Pro, you're able to do your final masterpiece. It's a software that helps you to edit and create a unique video of your own theme. Other than that, you might want to use other third-party software, for instance, the Adobe Photoshop, After Effects, Illustrator, anything that you need to create further design and the wall effect to display all of the aspects of your work and to deliver a certain impression or emotion to your target audience. So, in this class, however, we are not covering the Photoshop Lab and also the After Effects. You have to learn all this by yourself. If you're using After Effects, it would help a lot in creating animations. For instance, if you want to do simulation of smoke or simulation of gas or simulation of the air. So you will need all this because you're not going to do the real recording. In terms of voice recording and dubbing, and also to change the intonation, the echo, you can use Audacity. It's going to cover in this course under the lab. I'm not too sure if we have a demonstrator to show you, or the second lecturer will be covering that. So through the audio or sound creation and management, you can do a lot of different kinds of things. For instance, if your final production is supposed to be slightly more cartoonish, slightly more mystic, slightly more scary, you might want to adjust your real voice to fit into that idea. So after learning this course, what do you think the audio and video digitalization can help you in your career path? These are a few of the area of applications. You can do corporate presentation in the future. You might want to wow your audience, not just by doing slides and something that is very textual. You want to present them with a video for better explanation. If you are a teacher and in the education sector, you might want to do distant learning, like now what we are doing, blended learning. When I'm not physically there, you're still able to view the lecture by yourself. Telemedicine, when you don't get the real surgeon coming over to your place to do physical surgery, you just want to contact them via Skype and so on, you can still use and do recording of video, which can be a reference case to the next surgery. For gaming also, if you want something like teach someone how to develop a game or play a game, you can do your own recording. It can be for own memories, like in the future you all have a wedding, you all want to do a mock flash or a trailer of your wedding. That would be one good idea. So for this lecture, I'm going to show you a few case study. The first one is a stadium video board. Second one is about the digital heritage preservation, and the third one is applied into the advertisement area. So the first case study about the Pentium Stadium video board. There's a bunch of students that want to do a recording of their football games held in their school. So they operate the video for the live feed stadium. They on the spot where it is live, where the football games takes place, they do a recording and then they broadcast it for the view of everyone in a better and larger manner. In the video boardroom located inside the press board, the students have to keep the team statistic and also record, and then to project what is the current score of the football game, and then to display it to the fans. Okay, the next one is about a case study for digital heritage preservation. Have any of you heard about the loss in the city of Pompeii in Italy during the Roman time? So sometimes certain thing has already happened and we couldn't show the younger generation or people nowadays what has transpired in the past, but we can create a video with recording by continuously stitching multiple images to draw the history into documentary, and then to let them understand what has occurred in the past. I'm going to show you a video or via YouTube of this digital heritage preservation. So as you can see, this is the crops of the citizen living in Pompeii in the ancient past. There was a volcano coming ahead and they did not expect it to happen. So if you were to observe the way the crops is being laid, they are actually very relaxed, and from the face emotion, they were not expecting to die on that day. So a lot of archaeologies and studies has been held to study about the myth of this occurrence, whether it is actually a punishment from the god that in one day time the whole city was just turned down and is destroyed because of volcano that they weren't expecting it to come. So again, when you see the emotion, they were sleeping very peacefully. Some of them were still wearing something, which means they are still carry on with their day later on. But who knows, it's just one volcano and everything is gone. If you were to go to Italy, you still is able to visit this city called Pompeii. However, what you can see is just the remaining of the crops. All of them were burned into death, but most of the time where you can see from their the way they lie and the way they were burned, they were rather relaxed. The third case study is based on the 2014 Best Advertisement Award, a production from Thailand. The script is very important in an advertisement, so in this video, the message is well delivered with audio recording, subtitles, and a snipping of video into a very short and meaningful film that can be understood by all kinds of audience regardless of the language barrier.
เขาจะได้อะไรถ้าเขาทำแบบนี้ทุกวันเขาจะไม่ได้อะไรเลยไม่ได้รวยขึ้นไม่ได้ออกทีวีไม่มีใครรู้จักไม่ได้มีชื่อเสียงที่มากขึ้นเพราะสิ่งที่เขาได้คือได้แค่ความรู้สึกได้เห็นความสุขได้เข้าใจได้ความรักได้ในสิ่งที่เงินซื้อไม่ได้ได้โลกที่สวยงามกว่าเดิม ในชีวิตคุณอะไรคือสิ่งที่คุณต้องการมากที่สุดไทยประกันชีวิตเชื่อในความดี
So I hope that you all have profited from this video. There are moral values and certain message that the video would like to send to the audience. So at the end of your audio video production, I would expect if you're doing something like an advertisement or delivering of a certain message, it can be either through a implicit or explicit way. Implicit would be something like just now, where you show and then let the audience interpret and decipher the message by themselves, or explicit way would be things like you have slogan, or maybe you pluck from certain well-known people and then you make a video out of that slogan. So in this class, there is no strict prerequisite to be eligible to take this class. The student just have to be a second sem student onwards, and you must be registered in this course. So this course has 2 groups so far. And the main reference book that we are using is this Principle of Digital Audio and also the Television Production Handbook. It is available in the library, so you can go and search for them. Finally, your quiz one. It sounds this way. State briefly the concept of digitalization of the audio and video in pre-production, production, and post-production in planning of your final assignment. So think of an assignment or a project that you want to make it as your final work, and then you have to start thinking, what do you need in your pre-production state, your production state, and your post-production state. Everything is available online. You can ask Google Brother to help you. So define what is a pre-production, what is production to you, and what is post-production, and in each state, what do you actually need. Certain props or certain tools, or what kind of software or storyline do you need to, any permission, you can list all them down like a proposal. So today is 15th of September. I'll release the assignment, and then it will be due on the 29th September. Please submit all your assignment via my Guru 2 online under the section of assignment. And under the section of assignment, it is categorized into 2 groups, Group A and Group B. Try to make it in 3 to 5 person for a team. So that's all. Thank you for now. That's the end of our chapter 1, Introduction to Audio and Video Production.